Investors, and that includes just about anyone with a 401k, may be on pins and needles today. The markets took a huge hit yesterday, and consumers are facing everything from rising prices to baby formula shortages. Doug Luzader has more today on what the White House intends to do.
The administration is taking new measures now to deal with the severe shortages of baby formula, but the bad economic news keeps piling up. It may come as no surprise now that gas prices went up yet again overnight. In fact, J.P. Morgan predicts the nationwide average will exceed $6 a gallon by the end of the summer.
That's just pure crazy for people to pay that much for a gallon of gas. I'm thinking of going electric myself.
The markets yesterday tanked because of a combination of rising prices across the board and higher interest rates. Big retailers like Target and Walmart were hit hard because their costs are soaring.
This is just a big punch in the face of the numbers you're seeing in prices of everything right now.
That's not something that we keep an eye on every day, so I'm not going to comment about that from here.
The White House says they don't really follow the ups and downs of the markets, but they are taking action on the baby formula crisis, which has now landed at least 2 infants in the hospital whose parents were unable to access the special formula they need.
They can't absorb these other formulas, and they end up getting dehydrated and falling behind.
And the president has now invoked the Defense Production Act.
I've directed the Department of Defense and the Department of Health and Human Services to send aircraft, planes overseas to pick up infant formula that meets U.S. health and safety standards so we can get it on the store shelves faster.
And lawmakers here on Capitol Hill have plenty of questions about these shortages. It turns out the government has known about this looming crisis for months now. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
A unique legal battle is quite literally addressing the elephant in the room, as attorneys in New York argue whether human rights apply to animals in the case of one of the Bronx Zoo's elephants. Ashley Stromier has more.
A gentle giant is at the center of an ongoing fierce legal battle over whether animals are entitled to the same human rights as people. This is Happy, an Asian elephant who's called New York City's Bronx Zoo home for the last 45 years. But attorneys representing animal advocacy group, the Non-Human Rights Project, say Happy should be sent to a wildlife sanctuary, accusing the zoo of keeping her isolated from other elephants.
The deprivation of the bodily liberty is being confined in alone and in a 1-acre pen.
Lawyers are using habeas corpus as one of their main arguments for Happy's release. The legal term refers to the process where someone can claim a person is being illegally imprisoned, resulting in a court review over their detainment, raising the question, will the New York State Court of Appeals consider Happy a human?
Elephants aren't just autonomous, but they're also cognitively complex, emotionally intelligent, altruistic, highly communicative.
It's a sticky situation because New York State's habeas corpus law doesn't define what or who is classified as a person. But judges fired back Wednesday.
So does that mean that I couldn't keep a dog? I mean, dogs can memorize words.
While also questioning the difference between Happy living in her zoo enclosure and living in an enclosed elephant sanctuary instead. Attorneys for the Wildlife Conservation Society at the Bronx Zoo maintain Happy is in fact happy and healthy. Court proceedings are expected to continue. Ashley Stromier, Fox News.